What's up, everyone? My name is Brett, or you guys might know me as Goofy by nature. A lot of people at the field call me Goof or Goofy. They call me that more than my own name, but I'm more than fine with that because I've been building my brand and been on this journey for quite some time. But as far as media, it's been maybe about a year and a half. I started paintballing about when I was 10 years old. It took me a while to convince my parents to let me play this sport because we all know after the initial purchases of guns and all that good stuff, the spending and the money never stops. It takes a fair amount of money to play this sport consistently, especially when most of us are only limited to playing on the weekends. Um, I started playing at SC Village with my friends, and then there was an indoor field right by my house, maybe 3, 4 minutes of a drive called Splat Factory. And I used to just have a great time with my friends, not really worry about playing on teams, but I knew this was the sport for me and, that I wanted to continue for the rest of my life. I'm very thankful for paintball as it has been my rock and it's got me at a lot of hard times in my life. And it's also got me to, just make some great memories, meet some great people, and really meet some lifelong friends that I've known for quite a long time. So I just, started playing, was having a good time. And then, when I got to, I played in a couple teams, off and on. My first tournament was Bears Kids Cup when I was really young. And I learned real fast, what it really means to be an organized team and to play at a high level quickly by getting our shit pushed in. But it was a great experience. And then fast forward, just kind of played on some teams, did my thing. And then when I was about 18 or 19 years old, first year in college, I was just scrolling through PB Nation because I wanted to take the sport more seriously. And I came across a team called IE Unseen. And there's not really many words to describe my experience. It was, probably the greatest 5 or 6 years of my life. It was just a bunch of, I was the younger one, but it was just a bunch of us, guys looking out for each other. And that's what I really found out what a brotherhood and a family and what it takes to, have this cohesion organization. We were a really good team, played at mostly the D3 level. Some of the guys, started playing higher up, but it was just an ultimate great time. We used to play mostly out of SC Village. You went after Math and Dynasty, and when SC Village was in its older heyday, and then towards the end of it, a lot of the guys were a little older than me, construction jobs, and started having families and kids and getting a little more serious in life. So at some point in time, after many years, the team kind of started going their own ways and just doing life things. And at that time, I was working at Vaughn's. I made about $9 an hour, about $200 every week. So I basically took $50 of that, which is a good amount of money out of 200, and just kind of would buy 2 boxes of paint a weekend and try to stretch it out as much as I could. And then fast forward to a little bit after that team disbanded, I kind of, fell to paintball and just fell to love and the passion because I didn't really feel like I could play with any other team because it was just such a brotherhood and a family. And I still talk to a lot of those guys today. So it was just hard for me to continue. So I kind of did my thing. I met my friend at Vaughn in 2011 and my really good friend that lives close by me. And at some point we just started kind of doing some vlogs when vlogging was definitely more trendy and popular. We would go to the beach and kayak or go hiking or go to Joshua Tree and just make kind of those type of videos. And that's why I really fell in love with content creation and video editing and filming. And I just knew this was something that I wanted to at some point in my life full circle around and make it a career. And then I think me and him, after having some good time, we just, it just didn't feel right. There was just something about it that didn't necessarily feel right in our hearts to keep doing. It felt like we were chasing something that we just weren't really passionate about. So we kind of just stopped making videos, and who knows, if I kept doing it for 5 or 6 years, where I'd be at. Because, it definitely is a lot tougher nowadays to beat algorithms and do things, especially in the paintball niche, but it was a great learning experience for me and a great time in my life. And I'd say about, I mean, it's probably been about 2 years by now, but my brother before that was in the Air Force for 6 years out of Georgia, and he was playing paintball off and on, but not as much as, you know, he would have liked or he wanted to. And when he got out of the service, he came back home, you know, and he kind of came to me and was just like, Brett, like, let's do this. And, you know, I knew I needed to help him get back into civilian life from being in the military for so long. So I said, fuck it, you know, let's do it. So I went to Paintball Gateway and I bought a 170R brand new. And by the way, that gun is really amazing. But we just started going back to SC Village, and you know, before all these renovations, everything that was happening, because we were the OGs, there might have been 5 to 7 people at the field every weekend, and you know, we were just kind of grinding it out, playing points, drilling, doing as much as we could. And then, you know, full circle, I met Pup, and I know me and Pup were, you know, probably knew each other a little bit in the day, but we weren't, you know, we weren't, can't even talk. Pup and I, you know, came across paths, but we didn't really know each other that well or, you know, that much at all. But I met Pup at the field, and, you know, he's a great individual and a great person. And we've been really building a great friendship and a great bond in the last, you know, 2 years. And then I also there, one of my good friends, Kevin Leon, he showed up at the field one day, and we just gelled really well because we used to be on IE Unseen, and we were kind of at different time periods in a sense. When I was kind of getting out, he was like full swing of it, so we didn't play with each other that much, but we really had a great understanding of each other and enjoyed every minute. So we started the team No One Safe, and I will never, you know, change anything about that. It was a great time. Played a few tournaments. We were doing double days at SC Village and just really grinding it out. And then at some point in time, you know, the team kind of just moved along and kind of, you know, went to the back burner. And around that time is when I started my YouTube channel. I just figured this was one of my last chances, in a sense, to do something amazing and do something great, something that I love, and do something for the paintball community. So, I would say about October, I just took one of my GoPros that had just been sitting around, bought an HK Army barrel mount, and strapped the GoPro on, not knowing what I was going to do with the footage, not knowing, you know, where all this stuff was going to take me. But I just strapped it on my gun and just went out and started making, you know, videos and, you know, doing all that. And then on November 1st, 2022, I made my YouTube channel and posted my first video. And it was, you know, it just felt so right. It feels so right when you find the passion that you love, and you know that there's going to be a lot of hard work, and there's going to be a lot of I don't know the right word, you know, like thankless love in a sense for doing what you're doing. But it wasn't going to stop me, and I was just going to, you know, keep pushing forward and keep doing it. So fast forward to 3 months, in February, I was working at a crane job, doing some office work and permits and stuff like that. And unfortunately, after 3 years, I got let go unexpectedly. Unexpectedly, can't even talk. Unexpectedly, okay, we'll just pass that because I don't even know the word. Anyways, I lost I lost my job, and I just knew, you know, for the short time being, that like I needed to push this content creation thing in paintball to the best of my abilities and go full swing. So I really started just, you know, doing B-roll and the vlogs and the gun footage and mass footage, and just doing all that and seeing what people, you know, would enjoy about my content. And I'd say the last Hormesis event at or Hormesis, I always say Hormesis, the last Hormesis event at SC Village for the 1v1, I just bought my Lumix camera maybe a couple weeks before, and I said, hey, this will be a good time to test it out, you know, and you know, do all that and just kind of go full swing and get back into filmmaking and videography with an actual camera, and not just my GoPros. I had a great time at the event, and shout out to Hormesis for putting on, you know, I think, I guess you'd say, a new revolutionary thing in paintball that I think got a lot of people excited and interested in some different formats. And I remember, I think it was the Sunday, I believe Sunday, when it was the duel. And I was just kind of, you know, it was a hot day, and I was just kind of chilling under one of the easy ups. And that's where I met Todd Boyer and Clayton for the Missouri All Stars. And I will have to say that, you know, on this journey, like why I work really hard and like no one films for me, no one edits for me, no one, prints out the merch. I mean, prints out the merch, but no one designs it. I do everything as a one-man show. And I was kind of just chilling the pit, and I don't even know how it started, but Todd and I just started talking, and he's just an amazing person, and there's a lot of credit that I have to give to him because I don't know if he didn't give me some of the chances that I've been getting from him in the All Stars, if I would be as advanced or where I was at, now in this journey. I wasn't never planning on going to any of the NXL events or anything like that, but he just said, "Hey, you want to go to Chicago and film us?" And I was like, "Shit, I'll do my best and I'll try." So the second to last event, I believe it was in Chicago, my brother and I basically got some flights, said YOLO, and I know it's what kids say nowadays, but we just said, we're only going to live once. You got to take the opportunities when they're presented in front of your face. So we flew out to Chicago. We got a shitty hotel, which say I try to go the cheapest route sometimes because, I try to make the most amount of profit when I can and try to, sacrifice on the back end. And we had a shitty hotel, my brother and I, but it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, So I just thank Todd Boyer for giving me the opportunity, especially only having my camera for a few weeks. And that Hormesis event was the first event that I filmed at to just kind of get some practice. And I think I made a lot of good footage, a lot of good content. And I think that's what really started kind of taking my channel to the next level and getting people excited. So after Chicago, I went to World Cup, started booking a bunch of teams, filmed for the All Stars a lot more. And that was my first World Cup NXL experience. And I had such a great time at the Hormesis party, or Hormesis. I'm going to stop saying the Hormesis party. And just being with all my friends and seeing everybody who was there and just enjoying them. The most important was enjoying these events with my brother because he wasn't playing these events. He was just supporting me and just going along for the ride. So I really thank my brother, for being there and, helping me not stress as much and making sure I'm drinking water and eating and, and doing the necessary steps to kind of just keep you alive and healthy at a lot of these events, especially with the humidity at World Cup. So I've just been kind of grinding things out, I just been pushing forward. I love just making content for the paintball community. And the one thing that I would have to say that I really enjoy is that, or really like what I'm doing, is I'm trying to kind of recreate that brotherly love and that family love that I experienced on some of my old teams back in the day, 12, 13 years ago, however long it's been. So I feel like there is something in paintball that we need. And I see it in a lot of teams every day that brotherhood and that camaraderie just isn't there. And it kind of makes me sad just to kind of, see more of these like individualized players and teams, not gelling and not working out when they could be some of the greatest teams, in any division that they're playing in. So after these two NXL events, I just knew that, and the response from the community, I just knew that I had to keep going and then I couldn't stop, and that people really enjoyed who I am. And I kind of talked about it before, but I really just think that like I'm trying to bring a next level, type of content, a next level type of stuff back to paintball where, I being more personable, I'm not just a media person who goes out and shoots clips and gets paid from teams. Like I really try to involve my personality, my, goofiness, my smile. It doesn't matter what life's going on or what it's going on in my life. Every time I show up to the field, I just, always try to put a smile on my face. And I think that's like the one thing that people have really enjoyed about me and my content is that I'm just such a personal person. And I never want to act, just because I'm making YouTube videos and doing all this stuff that, I'm someone that you can't walk up to, and talk to. And, going back a little bit, I did go to NXL Texas, that year before even this Hormesis stuff and my opportunities. And I just went out there just to enjoy the experience. I went out there by myself. And, I've been watching Matt the Gym Rat videos for a while now. And I ended up seeing Matt at the field after, all his games. And I just had to go up and talk to him. And we had a really good conversation. He took the time to show me his cameras, show me what GoPros he used, talk to me some about insights of YouTube, talk to me about like what he's trying to do, and hopefully he can make this a career, and not have to work, the 9 to 5 and kind of do the grunt work and stuff like that and just make content, and he makes really amazing content. So that was an amazing experience to just be able to talk to someone that I look up to. And I think he is the one person, and I don't think anyone else is really like this, that he's taken content creation and paintball to a different level. And he's very personable. He's a very nice guy, and he just loves paintball in the community and just wants to see, everybody strive and just see kind of everybody, do well. And he always has a smile on his face. So it just, I always just reminded myself of those talks, and that I always want to be a personable person and I want everyone to feel welcome. And at the end of the day, it is really hard to, to try to do what I'm doing and, make a lot of content behind the scenes because, I love playing paintball, and I have taken a little bit of a backdoor to playing every weekend because, I've been doing a lot of events, a little bit of traveling, and I just been spending a lot of time behind the computer editing and just trying to make the best videos that I can. So it's been a little tough in certain aspects, to kind of take away part of the game that I love. And, I love playing more than anything, but I also, love seeing people's smile, and I love having people come up to me and talk to me about paintball and thanking me for what I've been trying to do. Cause, I'm just, I'm not trying to be cut and dry. I'm trying to just like bring a whole different experience on content creation and YouTube to people, and, just have younger kids, adults or whatnot, just believe that they can keep playing for, as long as they just, do the right things, keep their body in shape, and just have a passion for the game. And I just really, want people to keep striving and keep having people go for their goals and just enjoy paintball. So it's been maybe about a year and a half now, I think, since I've started my channel roughly. I got monetized, I think, around last December. So it's been about 4 months, and it's been, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours. Yes, I get paid by, teams pretty decent, but, there's only so many events in a year. So it's not like it, pays all the bills. And the one thing that I've really set my passion and my goals on is to not just be, this content creator who's just like really trying to bank off of, monetization, and make money on YouTube and do that for a living. Like, I like to be in the public eye and just like hang out with my friends. And there's just something about even doing media, not even playing, just being able to go to the field every day and see my friends and just see how happy, we are together, and, how strong we can, build and just keep, doing what we're doing in love for the game of paintball. To get into more of the side that's been going on recently, like I said, I've been grinding the hours. The money that I've made is, nice in paintball, but the amount of times I've spent in my room by myself and just kind of been there with my thoughts and just thinking, what's the next video? What's the next step? How can I portray these messages to people? It's been a lot of kind of lonely times being a content creator, a lot of long days, a lot of long nights, a lot of hours behind the computer that I don't think people really understand at the end of the day what me and other media people do, and just in general, but especially for paintball. We're getting shot more, I feel like, than the players on the field. And that's sometimes, it doesn't feel good, it takes them off the head and, certain other areas, but, I won't trade it for the world. So recently I've just been kind of, trying to get into the more of the professional aspect of this because, like I kind of mentioned before, I don't just want to be this like face of paintball YouTube, even though, I enjoy it. I really like want to be out in the field working, and I really want to be working with brands, and I really want to just like take my content to the next level, but like I said, in a more professional setting, and keep, climbing up the ladders. And if I can do it somehow through paintball and make, this a career in a sense, by maybe getting some other jobs, in the media field, it would just, mean the world to me. And, that's all I'm really striving for at the moment. And recently at Las Vegas, the Las Vegas NXL, I was already going to go, and I'm, really good friends with Todd Boyer now, and it's been, an amazing friendship and experience. And I always want to be personable and not like have people, necessarily get the foot in the door for me, even though, they've kind of helped me, accelerate my platform. But I basically just reached out on just an open face email forum or whatever is on the website for Carbon, just for general questions. And I messaged them, and, Walker, I give a lot of thanks to Walker. He's a really great guy. And he said, let's try this, let's do it, let's see what we can do. So I shot a lot of things for Carbon in Vegas, and thankfully, by everything, that they were able to give me one of their pro media passes. And even though I didn't necessarily need to be on the pro media field for them specifically, instead of, I did more other teams, more D3, D2 teams in the All-Star Semi-Pro, shot a lot of content. It was, one of the most amazing experiences of my life to be able to get a pro media pass within, the first year and a half since I've done content creation. I'd say, maybe it's only been 6 or 7 months since I really started filming with this camera and doing what I'm doing, just besides, the gun footage on the GoPro. It was just, an amazing experience. And my brother got to play in the event. But, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of things that will top um, me being able to film Dynasty, winning the championship. Dynasty's been my childhood team. Ryan Greenspan, Yosh Rao, and Oliver Lang, and just all those guys were just an inspiration to me as a kid, watching them all the way from Huntington Beach to a lot of the local events and, national events. It was, an experience to remember. And I just don't think that a lot of things in paintball for me, from what, for how long I've played them in the sport, will be able to top those moments of watching them on the field filming, and just, seeing them win the finals in or the championship in Vegas. But I just kind of wanted to just say that I appreciate all the media people, pro media people. I don't think people really understand what it really takes and what we really do behind the scenes. It's not very glamorous, but a lot of us do it because we love it. I travel to these events on my own dime. I stay in shitty hotels just to try to save money. And these hotels you probably wouldn't want to recommend to anybody. And, Ubers and, the flights and all that stuff, just kind of goes with it. And I have to basically, take an extra team or two, or, make sure that I'm guaranteed so many teams, because if I don't, then I'm not making any profit. And it's not, at the end of the day, worth it for me to go. Even though I love it, it's not worth it for me to just spend, my dimes and my dollars to get, at the end of the day, to get, nothing out of it in a sense, besides just personal, gratification and just enjoyment being out of the States. So I just want to say, I appreciate all the pro media people and all the media people, because there is a lot of sacrifice. And I'm sure a lot of them, like to play paintball, but we all have kind of taken a step back once we've gotten into media, just because it is pretty demanding. I've been fortunate enough to be in touch with some pro media people. They've given me a lot of advice, and just through the grapevine, we've communicated, on social media, met up in person. And it's really cool when, a smaller creator or an upcoming creator like me, who hasn't been doing the media for paintball, as long as a lot of these guys, for them to kind of take me under my wing, and tell me a lot of things, give me advice, just how to hold myself, very professional in the pro field, even though I always, I'm going to be professional, and not mess around, especially at that high level. But I just think, some of the guys, and you guys know who they are, it's almost too many to name at this point, but I just appreciate all the love and support by them, because if it wasn't for them, then it'd be a little bit of a tougher road to kind of just get acquainted and, feel at home, just like I feel on my paintball teams and my, with my brothers and my family. So, I mean, I said there's not really any scripts. The only script I've ever written for a paintball video is the Missouri All Stars documentary, which you should guys should go check it out, because there's going to be plenty more of those videos with them. Um, I don't know. I think that's just kind of about it. I've sacrificed a lot. I've put a lot on side. I've put a lot of paintball playing to do what I'm doing. But, the community and everyone that's out there just, shows me love. And it's really nice, because, if I didn't feel like I was progressing every day, or, like things weren't getting anywhere, it would be a little bit of a different story for me. but you know, you guys have been liking all the content, subscribing, liking the Instagram stuff, and you know, just there's a lot of people who go out of their way as well, just players, to just kind of, you know, DM me and tell me, you know, like the job that I'm doing is, you know, amazing, and you know, just like I am bringing a next level of paintball content, you know, and just trying to be more wholesome. And you know, I don't write scripts. I don't, you know, I usually just turn the camera like I'm doing now and just kind of take. And if the take's bad, you know, I'll maybe do it once more. But most of those vlogs you guys see on my YouTube is literally just me pulling out my GoPro, pushing record, and whatever comes out, come out. And then I just kind of do the best I can to edit it, you know, so it's, you know, still on a professional manner. So from the bottom of my heart, I don't really have anything else to say. I've kind of just, you know, I think covered it all and trying to tell you a little bit about my journey. But I thank every single one of you for, you know, just supporting me, walking up at the field and saying hi, messaging me on social media, you know, and just kind of chatting. I've met so many great people over the years of paintball, but especially recently, I've just built really good bonds with people. And it's paintball is one of the most amazing things in my life, and I don't know what I'd do without it. It's gotten me through a lot of dark days. It's gotten me through like a lot of the lonely days and long nights and early mornings of sacrificing behind the computer, getting shot the field, getting my camera gear blasted, you know, and I don't know. There's just I can't express, you know, what paintball's done for me in my life. So thank you again, and hope to see you guys at the fields. If you guys need any media work, let me know. I'm always open. I'm going to all the NXL events. And like I said, have a great day, guys. Keep supporting, liking all the videos, subscribing. It really helps. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Peace.